Welcome back. We're Weekend Football. I'm Michael.
I'm Laith.
And I'm Ross.
So last week's Premier League games, there was a few surprises.
Most of the
Say the
matches
least.
were surprises.
We did manage to get 4 draws right, though. So we're quite proud of that, aren't we?
Well, how many did we predict?
4.
And which ones did we get right?
The 4.
All of them.
Chelsea City.
Well, that was all right.
Chelsea City, Newcastle Hull, QPR Stoke, Burnley,
Sunderland.
Or Sunderland Burnley.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. But who would have predicted the Liverpool, the United, Tottenham,
And the Everton.
and the Everton match?
Top
result?
four.
Basically,
chasers.
Sunday was a write-off.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, back to our scoring. I'm on 3, Laith, you're on 2, and Ross, you're on 1. So you get 1 point for a correct result and 2 points for a correct score. So we had last week first, we had QPR versus Stoke. That was 2-2. Ross, you said 1-1. I said 1-1. And Laith, you said 0-0. So we all got a point for the correct result.
Not far off.
West Ham, Liverpool, we won't talk about that. We all said 3-1 Liverpool. Completely the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
West Ham won 3-1. Leicester, Man United now. Let's take some time over this
Jesus,
game.
I knew this would come.
Ross, you said 2-1 to Man United. Laith, you said 3-1 to Man United.
Mm.
And I said
It was
1-0.
for a while.
I said 1-0 to Leicester. Proved
Go
you
on.
all
They won
wrong.
they won by 1 goal. Or 2 goals.
Two
You got it wrong.
goals.
You got it wrong.
I still got the result right, so I get a
all
point.
right. Let's forget about that for now.
And we have Man City, Chelsea. That was 1-1. Laith, you said 2-2,
I did.
so you get a point. I said 1-2. So I hate you, Frank Lampard. Ross, you said 1-1.
I did.
So you get 2 points.
Mm.
So
Sweet.
this week goes as I've got 1 point. Laith, you've got 2. And Ross, you're the winner this week with 3.
Mm.
But overall, we're all on 4.
Oof. Neck and
Nothing
neck.
separating. Okay.
So next week will be a big one. So we got a few competitions on the go. Over to you, Ross.
Yep, so we've got a chance to win a pair of VIP tickets for Man United versus West Ham at Old Trafford on Saturday. All you need to do for that one is place an accumulator on the midweek Capital One Cup games and then just tweet us with your bets at Weekend Football.
And we'll select them at random by throwing darts at anyone who entered. And we'll video that and post it this week.
Sounds good. And I believe we've got Manchester United versus Everton competition on the go as well.
Yep, so again, we've got another pair of VIP tickets for Everton on Sunday, 4th of October.
5th of October.
Oh, the 5th of October, sorry. Everton Aren't We are hosting that competition, so you can check them out at evertonaren'twe.co.uk. They've also got Facebook and Twitter with Everton Aren't We. Similar concept, you just have to pick a bet and tweet your selections to Everton Aren't We or post it to the Facebook page.
Using the football coupon app.
Yeah, and that's bets up to this weekend and up to the 29th of September.
Yeah, 29th, so Stoke Newcastle will be the last game on Monday Night Football.
Sounds good. If you want more information on those, it's at Weekend Football on Twitter or /Weekend Football on Facebook. On to this weekend's football. We've got Liverpool versus Everton, which is the Merseyside derby at 12:45 on BT Sport. Ross, where do you think that will go?
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. Neither team had favourable results in their favour last weekend. Both conceded 3 goals. No matter what sort of form Everton come into against Liverpool, they always seem to lose. They're never great head-to-heads, especially at Anfield. Raheem Sterling's been involved in 9 of Liverpool's last 10 goals, so I think he'll be a big threat. I just can't see Liverpool losing at home, especially to their Merseyside rivals.
Yeah, Liverpool are unbeaten in the last 7 Merseyside derbies against Everton. And in the last 4 meetings, there have been 3 draws. So draw does sound like a good result, Laith.
I think that given their results over the weekend, both teams losing to lesser opposition, and Everton at home to Crystal Palace, same score as last April, as we were talking about earlier, 3-2. I think they're both going to wobble a bit here, and we might not see the game that we originally thought last week. I think that they're going to be very cagey, and it might go down to something like a 1-1 draw. Liverpool have lost 3 of the last 4. Everton have won 1 of their first 5 games this season. I think it's going to be a bit of a game of chess, and they're going to be scared to do anything too adventurous. I think it might end a draw, that one.
I think it's going to be end more than 1-1 because Everton have scored more than 2 goals in their last 7 Premier League games.
But they haven't just lost at home to Crystal Palace.
That's true. But then I just think Liverpool defence and Everton's defence are just too leaky at the moment. So that's why it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, well, Everton have got the worst defence in the league at the moment. Neither team are coming into the game with too much confidence, really. I think I'm just looking at the head-to-head record, really. Everton just don't enjoy playing at Anfield. It's not often they get a result there. I think Liverpool may just pip it because of that.
Yeah, the last time Everton won at Anfield was in September 1999, 14 games ago.
It's a long time ago, but records are made to be broken. We'll see. I'm going 1-1 with that one.
I'm going to go 3-2 to Liverpool.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Liverpool home win consensus there, then.
Indeed. We've got another derby this weekend. We've got Arsenal versus Spurs, which is on 5:30 on Sky Sports. So Arsenal won the last 3 at the Emirates. Leith, where do you think that will go?
I think Arsenal are going to win this one. It looks like Danny Welbeck and Ozil are playing well together. Welbeck got his first goal on Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aston Villa.
Against Aston Villa. They scored 3 goals in 4 minutes. Spurs were playing West Brom, lost at home. Another surprise result. I think Spurs had 1 shot on target when they played at home against West Brom. 63% possession. West Brom's first win of the season. Arsenal at home with players melding together. I can see this being a comfortable home win without Spurs scoring a goal.
Yeah, Spurs have not won in the last 4 in all competitions, so that doesn't bode well for Tottenham, Ross.
Yeah, similar to Liverpool-Everton, really. I just can't think of too many times where Spurs have travelled to the Emirates and won. They don't seem to have a great record there. Arsenal kept their first clean sheet of the season against Villa, so they're improving defensively, and they're unbeaten in their last 20 home matches in the Premier League. So I just can't really see Spurs going to the Emirates and getting a result.
Yeah, they do dominate possession, don't they? I mean, they had a tally of 814 passes against Aston Villa, whereas Aston Villa managed only
Yeah,
312. So
they've got the best possession stats and passing accuracy in the league at the moment, Arsenal. So
I think it was 71% against Villa, the possession of Arsenal at Villa Park. Not bad.
Yeah, it was good, but Villa did have a virus, didn't they, in the week?
Right, okay.
So we'll put that down to a virus and
Aston
not
virus.
a decent Arsenal win, basically. So we have Arsenal versus Spurs. Predictions. Leif.
Score prediction, I'm going to go... I can't see Spurs scoring, and I can see Arsenal scoring at least 2, but I'm going to be conservative and go for 2-0.
Look, Ross?
same as that, 2-0 Arsenal.
Because Spurs are close to my heart, I'm going to say 2-1.
Give yourself a go.
To who?
Be generous.
To Arsenal, of course.
I was going to say.
I have no hope that Spurs are going to go to Arsenal and win, unfortunately, because we're terrible at the moment.
Home win consensus.
Home win consensus.
Yeah.
We have now weird story / stat of the week. Because the world of football has been relatively straightforward and boring in the past week, we have no weird stories. But we do have something small, which is Felix McGrath decided to tell Hangeland to rub quark on his knee to remedy an injury.
I heard it was cheese.
Yeah, quark.
There's that type of cheese.
Oh,
Apparently.
quark.
Yeah.
Quark.
Sorry, I'm not posh
quark.
enough for you. Quark.
Isn't that a subatomic particle, a quark?
Probably. Let's just check from our science
Science editor.
science guy.
No, I'm not sure that cheese is pronounced correctly, but let's just say a cheese.
Yeah, I'm not a cheese
Did
type
it
of
work
guy,
anyway?
so- Well, obviously not. Because he's still injured, I think.
That's why you got sacked.
We have 2 stats of the week, though, which will be a lot more interesting to you listeners. So for the first time in 853 game Premier League history, Man United have thrown away a 2-goal lead to lose. How unique.
I knew that would come up.
Of course it was going to come up. And we have Frank Lampard has scored against a record 39 different Premier League clubs after scoring against his Chelsea.
Club.
Can you name 39?
Let's
I'm
do it
kidding.
later.
No, I'm kidding. Back to the relevant football. We've got West Brom versus Burnley, which is at 4 p.m. on Sunday on Sky Sports. So West Brom last weekend had a great away win at Spurs, whereas Burnley drew 0-0 with Sunderland, which was their third in a row. Ross, where do you think that will go?
Yeah, it's not exactly one that gets the pulse rating, is it, on a Super Sunday? Both have been low scored. Burnley are the lowest scorers in the league this year, having scored just one on the opening game against Chelsea. They've drawn 3 games in a row 0-0, which the last team to do that was their rivals Blackburn in 2009. I can see West Brom edging it just because they're confident after their win against Tottenham and they've got home advantage, but I don't think it's going to be much of a spectacle.
Yeah, Mourinho looks good. Mourinho? Yeah. And they have an each be back. So West Brom are looking a lot stronger than they did 2 weeks ago. Laith, where do you think that will end up?
It certainly will be a low-scoring game, looking at the stats for both clubs. West Brom won at Tottenham, but before that they'd had 3 matches on back-to-back matches without scoring, whereas Burnley have not scored in the last 4 now. As Ross said, 3 goalless draws, the last 3 games. First goal scored on the opening day of the season against Chelsea, but I think West Brom will get it. They will be up after their win at White Hart Lane, but I can't see them scoring more than 1 goal, 1-0. I'd go correct score on that match.
Yeah, I'd echo that. 1-0, West Brom.
I can also see quite a boring 1-0 to West Brom.
All agreed.
So we're not thinking Burnley are going to get anything out of the game.
I very much doubt it.
I don't think so, no.
The last game we're going to talk about is Stoke City versus Newcastle United. That's Monday Night Football. A low-scoring game, I think we're going to go for. Stoke have only grabbed 1 win this season, whereas Newcastle have not registered a win. And I can see it being Pardew's penultimate match, Ross.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? I think when they went 2-0 down against Hull, it looked like he was on the way out then, to be honest, and then Cisse rescued him from the bench. Stoke, in contrast, they lost just 3 times at home last season, but have already lost twice at the Britannia this year. Whether that's because of their new style of play or new players, I'm not really sure. Newcastle is still without a win. I think it would be a tight game, but I can see Stoke edging it.
And where do you think that will go, Laith?
I think I'd agree. I can't see anything going right for Newcastle at the moment, and being under that sort of pressure isn't going to help them, especially playing at the Britannia. So I think that Stoke will take that by a short margin.
So Ross, prediction?
I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Stoke.
Laith?
I think for the first time this season, I'm in agreement all round again, and I think Newcastle will score because of their need to get something, but I can see Stoke winning 2-1.
I'm going to say Stoke 1-0, mainly due to the fact that when Newcastle have lost this season, they've also failed to score. So as soon as they're down, they're going to be down.
Yeah, not the best attitude.
I can see more fan pressure for Pardew, even though Mike Ashley does seem reluctant to part way with the man he gave an 8-year contract to.
It's a strange one, isn't it? I think his remit seems to be each year keep us in the Premier League and you'll keep your job, but I'm sure Newcastle fans are looking for a lot more than that now.
He did so well before he got that 8-year contract. I think they finished 7th or
Champions League
something like that, 5th. And then after that, as soon as he got that security...
Yeah.
Complacency sets in again, just like last weekend.
To round off the podcast, we've got some bets for the live games. So Liverpool, Everton. Laith, what's your recommended bet?
Well, we're in we're not in agreement on this one. I'm gonna go for a safe draw, possibly correct score. 1-1 is best odds 8-1 at Bet Victor. I'm not sure I want to go for anything else.
And Ross?
Yeah, I just think neither team can defend at the moment, but both have decent firepower in their team. There have been over 2.5 goals scored in 17 of Liverpool's last 19 league games. So I'm going to go for over 2.5 goals with best odds at BetVictor.
So I'm going to go BTS best result, as I think Liverpool win 3-2. Best odds on that will be Bet365. But I've also got Sterling anytime and Liverpool to win. As Ross, you said that he's been involved in 9 out of the 10 goals. So I'm going to go Sterling anytime and Liverpool to win. So the next game, Arsenal versus Spurs. Ross.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It used to be a game full of goals. I remember the 5-2s, 4-alls, etc. But the last two have both ended 1-0 to Arsenal. I think Arsenal, as mentioned earlier, I think they'll win 2-0, so I think they'll win comfortably. But I can see it being under 2.5 goals. So that's the one I'd opt for, and the best odds of that is at Coral.
I'm going to contest that. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at Sky Bet, because I think even if Arsenal do manage to win it comfortably, I think it will be by, unfortunately, more than 2 goals. So, Laith?
Pessimistic view from you for Spurs. I think this is a win to nil bet. I can't see Spurs scoring, but I'm also tempted to take the correct score on this game and all the 4 games, actually, and I'd go for 2-0. Best odds 9-1 currently at Bet365.
And we've got West Brom versus Burnley. I've gone for a win to nil, and that will be at BetVictor or Bet365 for the best price. Or if you're a bit more conservative with your bet, I'd go for the Bet365 ball draw money back. How about you, Ross?
Yeah, similar option really. Neither team are looking much of a threat in front of goal. So on that one, I've gone for under 2.5 goals with best odds at BetVictor again.
And Laith?
Definitely a low scorer, so safe bets are under 2.5. Correct score 1-0, you get around 6-1. But yeah, definitely a low scorer.
And finally, we've got Stoke City versus Newcastle United. Ross?
Yeah, I just have a good feeling on the correct score on that one. I've predicted 2-1. I can see Newcastle getting one, but Stoke winning. So if you like the 2-1 correct score, you get best odds at Bet365 of 9-1.
I've gone for something that's going to contest my own score, as I think if you're going to back it, I think a draw would be most likely. And you get best odds at 12-5 with that. Laith?
I'm going with Ross. I'll go for a 2-1. I think Newcastle will get a goal, but Stoke will be stronger, especially at home, and win 2-1.
And finally, we've got our offer of the week, which comes from BetVictor, which is a Premier League treble. We've got Chelsea to beat Villa, we've got United to beat West Ham, and we've got Man City to beat Hull away to Hull. And that's 5-1. And that's a new account offer, which is the mat stake of £10.
And we'll see that in the app, will we?
We will.
Okay, good.
And you'll find all the latest offers in the app and on our website.
Can I just say one of my crazy bets for this weekend, because I feel like the value is in correct scores. I'm going for doubles and upwards from those 4 games with Liverpool, Everton 1-1, Arsenal, Spurs 2-0, West Brom, Burnley 1-0 and Stoke, Newcastle United 2-1. If they all materialise, the odds will be about 4,500 to 1. But if you get a double, you'll get some decent return.
Worth a few quid.
Good luck with that.
Yep, might need it.
So thanks for listening again. Next show, we've got the Sky games and the BT Sport game again. So that starts with Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Manchester United versus Everton, that'll be at 5:30. Got a big game for that weekend. Chelsea versus Arsenal. That's at 1:30. And then we've got West Ham QPR at 4 p.m. See you soon.